Okay, so I'm having some sort of quick session today. I engaged on the Dow because I noticed it was failing. In the meantime, Nasdaq and ES were so strong to the upside. That's why I decided to that when the Dow came back above the open, I just bought it again, basically, and I think it was a good decision. And same in gold. I noticed that it was trading. I took like a minus 20 or something last year. I noticed that it was trading nicely, and then it just came all the way up. So I bought again when it broke above the open, anticipating a push to the further upside. But yeah, so far I am taking the my trade out in the Dow here at this basically this daily high, which is here, pretty much the swing, and that's pretty much it. That's gonna be I'm gonna just call it a day there, pretty much for the Dow. And on gold is I haven't really decided yet. I have this next swing here, which I believe the price might visit. I don't know if it's today or tomorrow or whatever, but I think this could be a good push, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm thinking about that this swing might blows, but let's see. I don't know yet. I don't know yet what's gonna happen. I'm gonna monitor. I wanna see if the Dow continues to push a little higher, maybe tax me out there, and then let's see with the gold. I think I might just let the gold run if it gets somewhere, but let's see what it does. All right, so basically the Dow just tagged me out here at the highs that I had mentioned, the daily high, and then gold is suffering a big retracement, which is also fine. I decided to let the trade be. It's not like I'm thinking about what happened yesterday. I just think that it makes sense that it might not even trade to the gap. So if it is to push, I wanna remain break even, and maybe eventually, if I get a further leg, I'm gonna maybe just lock in some profits if I don't decide to close it at some point. But so far, I'm gonna let the trade be, and let's see what it does. If it stopped me out, I'm probably just gonna call it a day and let it be. Okay, so I just wanted to add on a small update. I just marked this thing here so I remember where I took the possible runners that I wanted to get on Nasdaq. Here, after the price came back up here, I didn't execute in this bar. Let me just get rid of this because it's just annoying basically. Here, okay. So in this down bar here, I took a small loss, maybe like minus 25 or something like that. The reason was because I noticed that the price retested and then it will break the upside. So I bought the break of this bar, but then it wouldn't really hold, so it just stopped me out there. And after that, what I did was I monitored this next bar here, this one. And I was thinking, okay, let's see what it does because it could definitely take the low of the bar and finally retest the swing here and then continue higher. So that's exactly what happened in this bar here. After it took like couple of pips, whatever points, the low, and as soon as it traded higher, I bought two contracts here, and I just quickly it never came back down. So I got pretty much break even pretty quickly when it was about to break the high, and then I just let it be for a while. It had a really decent profit, it was like my plus 200 or something, and then it came back and it stopped me slightly at break even, but it is what it is. I decided to take the decision to let it be, same as I did with gold, because I don't think there should be downside anymore. Of course, these retests, they are normal. They happen during the session. So now I noticed that the price was not rejecting nice. It was not really clean when it was coming down. So here, I noticed this close, but I didn't want to buy this. So I waited a little bit longer. And in this bar here, when this bar closed and this bar came retested, I bought the break again to the upside, hoping, I would say, anticipating a continuation. But it doesn't seem to be so strong. I'm monitoring this RTA swing that I have here, which is basically the last RTA swing that I found at least in this time frame, the 5 minute time frame, before this daily swing, which is really far. So I don't think it's probably gonna get there today, but let's see. I want to see if if it tags the RTH high and also if there is a possible continuation. Yeah, actually, in that trade earlier, like I said, I had, I don't know, like maybe 200-300 or something that I left on the table, but it doesn't really matter because it's a decision that I made. So, yeah, so I think it was good. Gold, I'm not gonna touch it. I'm letting it be. I noticed this deep retracement here. I was like, okay, maybe I get stopped out. Initially, I was locked in here, but then I was like, nah, that's no point to do this. So I just gonna let it play. And if it is to stop me out, that's okay. But then, yeah, it seems like this is finding further upside. I want to see a close above this swing here. Of course, if there is a further continuation, this is the high that I have. This is the daily swing here. I don't know if it will trade higher. I don't know if it's gonna get there. And then Q, I'm gonna wait to see if it closes above this swing and maybe if it remains above. If it doesn't, then I'm just gonna maybe close the trade. I have a update to add. Um, Basically, like I said earlier, I engaged here Price kept running. I locked in some profits, but so far it's not looking down. I noticed that price was it traded to this RTH swing that I mentioned, and then it just closed above and continued. I wasn't here, but then I actually just dropped my kid to bed. But price seems so strong to the upside. So yeah, I mean the ES it was crazy, and then also Dow somewhat is consolidating now. Yeah, I think it's been amazing trade overall. I honestly don't know on basically Nasdaq where to get out because this swing is so far. I don't think it's gonna get there at this point. It's quite light, but then it continues, so I mean it's fine. And in gold, I had outlined this here. I had like a 60 points range alarm just to let me know by then somewhere around here. So, but yeah, gonna let gold be. And Nasdaq, I'm thinking I don't know if I should close it. I mean this trade, this is amazing already. I mean this is like 1,000 point, like 1,000 trade day or something. But I don't want to be scared or greedy, so I do definitely uh, will lock in myself, especially on Nasdaq, and pretty much let it be for a little while. I don't think there's gonna be any further downside today. It might be, but yeah, I'm gonna let it breathe. I'm gonna just zoom out to the 15-minute time frame and see as soon as it continues to build price action to the upside. There is swings here, for example. This is RT8 base swing. This might be a good place to get out, or even this retest here. So I'm gonna let it trade for a while. I'm going to just outline this swing, and this swing is basically 2nd of February, pretty much. Yeah, it's not bad. So I don't know. I think I'm doing the right thing by letting it be. As you can see here, the swing is quite close to the daily swing that I had outlined before. Also, this RTH swing here that I have here. Let me check actually, so I don't make any mistakes. Yeah, basically here, pretty much is here. I had this daily swing here, and now this RTH thing also there. So let's see. I'm not gonna say much. I'm just gonna let it be and see if it goes any further. So far, the account is back to pretty much above all-time high. I think it was like 50k 60 that I had before. Now it's 5,000, almost 200 with the current trade. This current trades are pretty much 800 plus on top on profit. So yeah, I don't want to say optimistic, but pretty much the market is doing what it's supposed to be doing. So I'm just on the sidelines watching. I would say tight. So gonna sit and wait. Okay, so I decided to just collapse the trades. I noticed that the gold was rejecting of the highs here, and Nasdaq was just pretty much just hanging still like it's so strong. I'm not saying that it might just continue lower from here, but I thought that it was just enough, and it was a long day. So well, I was not really like 100% time on the charts, but I was definitely monitoring. So I just didn't want to hold any longer. I think that's more than good. Basically, the account is all recovered and a little bit above the initial drawdown that I had. It's not like that was my goal, but definitely I think the trade performance today has been actually amazing. So yeah, um, so far, like I said, this is the day basically. These are the trades. I have 6 trades here. I have one small loss initially that was minus 26. Then I had a winner on the Dow that was like 260. Then I have minus 45. That was another loss. Then I had a break-even trade. That was the one that stopped me on Nasdaq here when I engaged earlier around this level here. And then I had a winner on Nasdaq that was 406. And then I also closed in gold at 326. So yeah, I think no, it's actually like 900 plus. So yeah, I mean it's been crazy actually. It's been really good day. Like I said, account is stable. I'm back to what I'm supposed to be, and now I'm just gonna continue trading the best I can and behaving like I did today. So today you can see here pretty much 6 trades today. So the amount is really little. Yeah, the losses I kept is really small. I'm not really happy about that. So for example, like I can see here, basically yeah, the gross P&L is 129 and the total loss was 71. I think that's definitely that speaks for itself. So yeah, I'm letting it be. I'm calling it a day. I'm gonna just finish work and tomorrow's gonna be a different day.